Why so many schools?
I was like a trouble kid. Like I wasn't like a troublemaker, but like trouble seemed to find me sometimes.
I got you. Now I realized you was though pretty smart. Like from an academic standpoint, you was on point.
Yeah, I was getting in trouble because I get done with my schoolwork and then I'll just be like too hyper energetic and stuff like that.
What was your upbringing like?
I was raised right, for real. I didn't have everything, but I was raised right. I was raised by good folks. My dad was older, so I was raised like more old fashioned.
Okay. How old was your dad?
My dad had me at 52, so.
Oh yeah, he definitely.
He'd be like 76, something like that.
Yeah, because you 24, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 46. My oldest son is your age.
Yeah.
So yeah, if he was, that's almost like being raised like your grandfather to a certain.
Yeah, he'd be like almost like July 10th. He would have been 77 this year.
Oh, he passed away?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
It's good.
That's going really sorry to hear that. Is it just you and him, or you had siblings, your moms? Or
No, I grew up in a house with my mama at first, and then my dad, like, you know, a woman can't really raise a man, so I moved with my dad. My mom had moved me to Toledo, and I didn't really like it. I kept getting in trouble out there, so I moved back with my dad and stuff. So I got a brother and a sister on my daddy's side. I got two sisters on my mama's side. So I started hooping in like second grade. That's how I really got my original nickname, Skills. I had told my coach, it was a 5th grade team. I'm like, let me play, I got skills. And then he just always called me Skills for me.
Is that how you met me? The money was on the court, or that was a different connection?
Yeah, I bet baby money by playing basketball at Joe Dumars and stuff. Like a bunch of people I know his people. So then we just started getting cool after that. I came to the neighborhood a couple times and then we just got locked in.
That's dope. That was teenage years or before that?
It was like 12, 13 years old, like that time.
That dope. Y'all compete on different with the same AAU team?
No, not like that. We competed like recreation. That's how we played against each other.
Dope. What position did you play?
I played the one. I was the point guard my whole life.
Nice. Who'd you listen to growing up? Like who was locally, nationally, whenever? Like who was your hip hop influences?
Like hip hop or just everybody. So
anybody, whoever you want to name.
I listen to everything. My favorite artist went from Luther Vandross to Anita Baker, but my favorite rapper all the time is Lil Wayne. I used to be a big, huge Meek Mill fan. I listen to everything for real. I'm a big Adele fan. I like everybody.
That's dope.
I'm influenced by a lot.
How much of that is a tribute to your pops? Because the pops that much older, I'm sure what he listened to probably is not like, for instance, when my kids grew up listening to me for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, my dad grew up in the Motown era.
Okay, yeah.
So like, he was telling me stuff about like the Greystone Ballroom. It's a place where all the Motown singers and stuff used to go, skating ballroom and stuff like that. So these was his peers. So he was a big influence on like my music, because he'll watch TV and play the radio, playing all the music. So that's how I was just, music was just always in me for real.
How old was you when you kind of where you're like, all right, no more sports, I'm just about to get money and figure everything else out?
I played sports up until my senior year in high school.
Okay.
That's because my dad was already passed, but I already knew he wanted me to do that. But I knew at the end of my senior year, I had got kicked out of school, and I knew like I didn't want to go to college. And I ain't had no offers by then. Like I ain't had no offers because I kept getting in trouble. So you know they don't want no troublemaker. And then I wasn't just the best guy in the nation. So you know they ain't gonna outshine you getting in trouble. I was the best one on my team and all that. But like I just knew I wanted to get some money. So I just.
How did your dad's passing affect your decision making in regards to sports in the streets and everything?
I think it affected me emotionally wrong, but like as far as maturity, it forced me to be more mature, and then I just had to fend for myself. You know, I'm one of the people that I learned from bumping my head sometimes. Like I learned by trial and error. Like you could tell me to do something, but I'm a person that like if you be like now, I ain't like that. If you tell me don't go right, I'm for sure going left. I ain't going right. But sometimes when I was growing up, it was just like, all right, you tell me don't go right, I got to see what's down with this corner.
Okay, so you did graduate though.
Yeah.
And you said the alternative school was Oak Park, the last school you went to.
No, the alternative school was the first school I
Oh, that
went
was
to.
the first school. Okay.
Oak Park was the last school I went to.
So that was the one technically you graduated from.
Yeah.
Got you. So you graduate, you out of school. At what point where like, all right, because at some point there's a transition, I'm assuming, from streets to hip hop, or was it streets to? I saw you work like a whole bunch of jobs.
I was in a job. Street. See, I was going to school. I went to high school. I worked a job. I was in the streets, and I was playing basketball at the same time. When I got out of high school, I worked a job. People thought I was corny for that, but I always had more money than people.
Yeah.
And they act like I'm corny. I can't be a street guy. I can't be in the streets because I got a job. But I'm really like, I got more money than y'all though. You can't tell me I ain't street because I have a job and then I don't even look up to the streets. It's just something I gotta do. You know, I don't want to be labeled no street guy for real. I'd rather be the clean cut guy for real.
Gotcha. So your affiliation with the streets, it really wasn't like you saw the biggest dope man around like, I want to be like that nigga.
Nah.
It was just, I need to get money right now.
For sure.
That was more so what it was than anything else.
I'm doing whatever to provide for myself for real and help my family. I don't look up to no drug dealers, nothing like that. It's just like certain jobs you're not gonna get unless you know somebody or you got the credentials. So I can't get that. Then it's like sometimes you need it now. So I gotta do this. I gotta work a job, then I gotta go do this. But I ain't trying to look up to. I don't want nobody to look up to me on nothing like there's no street.
Nah. When did you start rapping? When did you start applying that energy towards going to the studio and spitting bars and writing? When all that come into play?
My senior year of high school, I had dropped a song and then everybody in school started liking me.
I got that popularity drug, man.
So, yeah.
What song? What is the song started on SoundCloud or something, or you just put it out
on YouTube? It's called Skills Crazy.
Over.
God.
So that was that initiated the drive a little bit. What was the next step?
I just
musically anyway.
Yeah, I kept writing. I kept writing and dropping songs. People was liking my songs. I started going to the DJ. BJ, he had like showcases. I was paying my last money, everything I made at work to go do them. Then I was going. He finally accepted me to be on the radio to do the freestyle shit.
So okay, DJ BJ. So you had to pay to be featured. How does that work? What was that like?
I had to pay like $150 to be a part of the showcase. I was doing that every week.
How many songs did you do?
Like one. I kept losing because in my head I'm getting exposure. But the winner is this the trick to the showcase where he make everybody pay $150, but it's whoever bring the most family to the showcase. Because it's a crowd. The crowd make the winner. Like whoever they're gonna yell louder for their family. I'm coming with 2 people. I ain't coming with 20 people.
Gotcha. How many times did you go? This was during the same time you was at Captain J's and you saw about you was walking to the studio? That was later or before? Oh, okay, that was before that. Okay.
That was before that. I worked at Captain J's at like 19. This when I was like 16, 17. I'm going to the Bullfrog to do them showcases. And I'm spending my last money in there.
Okay, so that was after high school.
Yeah, that was after high school.
But how many of them you think you went to?
I went for like a year straight.
You bullshit.
So the God.
Every week it was.
BJ, I tell you, I went there like a year straight, non-stop.
I mean, was it every week, every month?
Every week.
Damn, dog.
Every week, for sure.
Every week. What is the next step of ascension? You in here every week for a year. Every week you in the studio, you busting your ass in this shit. So what was the next step up? Was it you meeting Sada? Was it a song? What was the next step that got you closer?
I grew up with Sada, little brother, and Weeds and all them. So like I really was at the point where I'm still doing music, trying hard and stuff, but I really need some money. I'm in like financial trouble and
What
like
you
I'm
staying
trying.
with?
I really place to place. Damn near homeless.
Mm-hmm.
For real, I'm damn near homeless. I'm squatting sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, cause I really had got kicked out the crib at a young age. I got kicked out the crib like normal stuff. Like 16 years old, I got kicked out the crib. Now my mama had a husband. I ain't like he ain't like me.
So this must have been after your father passed.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
gotcha.
after my daddy passed. So I can't live with my daddy because he dead. So I had moved back in with my mama. I don't like her husband. So he kicked me out. Boom. I'm really going there every week. I'm spending my money. I'm staying with people. And then out of nowhere, Weez called me like, Sada want to meet you. Boom. I meet Sada.
What year was this, you think?
I was like, I met Sada at like 19. So I was born in 98. So 19, like 2017 probably.
Gotcha.
Like, I met Sada. Sada made me. That's when I was walking to the studio. He found out I was walking to the studio. He made me quit my job. Like, and he like, yeah, you just start coming to my shows and stuff. Cause I just wanted to be around. When I first met Sada, I didn't know if I was gonna like Sada. So I told my mama like, I don't know if I'm gonna like these people. So I ain't about to be doing music and doing everything with them until I found out if I like them. So I had to come around. Like I was still working. I was coming around just to fill them out. I met Juan. Juan was Sada manager at the time. Well, he wasn't the manager. That was his cousin, but he was her manager. And I met Juan, and Juan just helped me to the utmost extent. Like Juan, like I had stayed with him for a little minute. Like he like, I'm gonna help you get your shit together. So I stayed with Juan for a little minute, and then Sada was like taking me everywhere, like all the shows and shit. And then Juan neighborhood took a liking to me, and everybody on the east side took a liking to me. So then I got a couple songs that had a little traction, but everybody ain't noticed me yet. So that Sada, being around Sada did help me.
Womack?
Yeah, did a song called Womack.
Okay.
And then it was like, they liked the Womack. And then I had did a song named Trayvon.
Okay.
And then they like, he got a conscious side to him too. Then I dropped Mystical. And then people like, yeah, dog can really rap.
Got you. Was Push That Shit Out Skilla the first project, or was it one before that?
Yeah, I Pushed That Shit Out Skilla was the first project I really dropped and put my time into it.
So what that feel like? I mean, like, to be there. Because I mean, from where you started at, it kind of like, you seem like, rather, I could sense like you take it all in as every step came. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, did you feel that momentum? Like, okay, like this is going the right way. You know what I'm saying? Or was you still kind of pessimistic? Like
Every year I try to like at the end of the year analyze what my life was like last year and what my life was like at the end of the year. And then every year I see like it might not be something that everybody noticed, but it's something that I noticed that I took a step forward and my life got better, like and my craft got better and stuff. So like it wasn't like the biggest change, but it was a little change where I noticed. So where I'd be like last year in 2017 I was squatting. This year I'm not. In 2018, boom, somebody was helping me. This year I'm making my own money. I wasn't making no money off rap. Now I make a little bit.
What led up to you signing? We're gonna skip a little. We're gonna move up because 2021 we near you started negotiations with labels and gifting.
2022.
That was okay. 2022. So what kind of take me to the road leading to that? Because that was major. I mean, it still is major.
Some more drama. Some more drama. They just thought I was about that life. I swear to God, I got shot. They thought I was 50 Cent. At this point, when I got shot, boom, I get shot. A whole bunch of stuff happened in the streets. And then, boom, everybody just started listening to my music out of nowhere. Just bang about it. I swear to God, they treat me like 50 Cent. I'm at home eating Doritos. You feel me? Listening to people go crazy, a frenzy on the internet. Swear to God. But they just thought I was 50 Cent because I got shot one day. The next day, I was in a club party.
So you can honestly say that you believe that you getting shot actually, I guess it attributed to your celebrity value.
Nick say, the bullet changed my life. That's the best bullet that ever happened to me.
Last thing that happened to his life.
Really?
For
That's
real.
crazy.
For his mental and just his life, his mental. That changed. Remember we just said that he don't listen?
Yeah.
He didn't listen prior to the bullet. He
Okay.
listened after that bullet. It changed his whole outlook on life. He got a better value and respect on life. He always been a smart kid.
Yeah, I can see.
He's just a renegade. He like doing shit on his own type of time.
Mhm.
He don't listen to young people his age. He only hang around us. Between me, Juan, a couple other people. He only hang around us. So even when he listens to us, he don't listen to us. he'll listen, but he'll sneak off and do his own thing. He like, don't do that, Skilla. He'll be like, okay. And then you turn back, you'll look up, and then like you look at his location. He's exactly where you say he wasn't gonna go. That's how he got shot.
Moving forward, you get shot, and though you obviously was fine, celebrity value increased a little bit. But how did this change you as a man? Like how did you start to move different? How did that make you move different?
It just made me respect life and how I move more. It made me respect life, how I move more, and then I take everything for face value. I don't take nothing lightly. I don't play like. I never really played because I didn't really have a childhood to play. But now it took me to a place where I know everything's serious. I don't even move if it ain't for my money or doing something business related. It just made me an all around businessman. I don't know how one bullet turned me to a businessman, but it just made me respect the business more.
How'd they go about reaching out to you?
I had so many labels reaching out to me.
Really?
I had at least 12 labels reaching out to me. For sure, DMs through other people. Like I had Atlantic, I had Def Jam, I had United Masters, I had Columbia, I had Geffen. I had so many. I can't even name all of them. I had Giant. I had so many people trying to reach out and sign me. Then it was just turned into a bid war. So I just went with the most family-oriented one, and they had the best deal. I had more leverage over there, so I could get the deal that I want. The important part about this is having great representation. Like, your lawyer might matter the most. Like, you can say what you want. Your lawyer gonna tell them what you want, and then it was just stuff that I could absolutely deal with, and stuff that I could absolutely not deal with. So when my lawyer negotiating this, I'm telling him what I can absolutely deal with, what I absolutely can't deal with, what I absolutely want, what I absolutely do not want. Like, so it's like he was just on it. I really feel like people think I got the best deal in Detroit as far as money, but I got the best deal as far as percentages. I got the best deal as far as what I got to give up, what people in my building. I'm a new artist, and I'm priority at my label. Like, that's what my biggest thing was. Gotcha. I don't need all the money, priority. The money came with it, but I want to be a priority. I ain't even got to be top priority. I end up being top priority at my label, at a major. And that my label tell me all the time, you the biggest artist at this label. So they tell me this, like, often. I ain't just making this up. Like, you can call Geffen and tell you. But I didn't even want to be, I wanted to be top priority, but I didn't have to be. I just wanted to be a priority. I didn't want to be on the back burner to everybody. So that was my biggest thing at being at a label.
Gotcha. Was We Eat the Most the first project after you signed?
I didn't even want to drop it.
Why not?
Because I just felt like they did that to rush me to drop in something because they wanted me to drop, and
they spent their money and they wanted a project.
It wasn't even them.
Okay.
It was like the people on my team, like they wanted. They know. So like Pootie and Nick and them know how like our culture is. So they got this thing where they want me to drop every 3 months. So they know how our culture is. Like the Detroit, like my target audience. I got the streets in like Detroit and stuff. It ended up being a great idea. And it pushed me farther into the building. Like Geffen, like they believe in me now. It's like they believed in me in the beginning, but now they see the numbers. So the numbers make sense to them because with labels, the numbers matter the most.
The analytics.
Yeah, analytics
You still writing or do you punch in? What's your creative process?
I do both.
What determines if you do? Like, you got to hear the beat and say, okay, this is right, or do you come in with a notebook, or do certain beats you just hit the mic and just punch them in?
Certain beats when I hear them, I gotta write to this. This beat so hard, I can't even skip a beat on her. Like when I write, I got this certain flow. When I write, it's like real, like it's like you could tell when I write it because the flow is just crazy on there. Like when I non-stop flow, I got this non-stop flow to me when I write my stuff that it just don't stop. It just be metaphoric and all that. When I don't write, I'm in it. It's like real vibey.
Too. But I listen to the majority of your catalog. I really like just dive. I just go on YouTube and just go on Genius, look up the projects, and just let them play, man. My shit was I called me 4 or 5 Denver, hit him in the nugget. We seen the hook and we pulled up. Meek like fuck it, my nigga Rob, that's his hustle. I never judge him. I know I can lose it all. I seen the richest nigga fumble. I love that. I love that whole thing. Then you go Icky Vicky. This one, it seemed, me and my son went over this one. My son, he up north hooping, but I ain't gonna say your biggest fan, because I think they raced us to be your biggest fan. You know, my kids, they grew up in hip hop. You know, they dead right shit. If he would have been here, he wanted me to drive for hours to school and get him to bring him. I was like, man, Jay, I love you, man. But we figured something else out a different day, man. So I like, just send me some shit. I got lucky. They told me to ask you some shit, but my shit, every time they see me elevating, they get teary-eyed. Could have lost my life a couple of times. It was clearly God. Niggas fear the guys. Only thing I fear is God. Only thing I hear is God when I'm in my fear guys. That was epic. I love that shit.
That's hard. I appreciate you because a lot of people do interviews. You know, I do a lot of interviews, like you said, and people don't know nothing about me. Like, they just listen to one song and think I'm just this unintellectual person that don't got no mind to him, and just like, people just like him, but you dissected like lyrics and stuff. So I appreciate it.
Do you remember any of those I just read? You think, was any of those written? Was they punched in? You remember them?
I wrote Icky Vicky.
Okay, that was real.
I wrote that. That's why it's metaphor. You see how the flow. You see how Man Down is like. I pulled up, Meek like fuck it, and I love my nigga Rob. That's his hustle. I never judge him. I punched in every bar like that.
Okay.
But you see the flow on Icky Vicky. Niggas fear the God. Only thing I fear is God. Only thing I hear is God. When I'm in my fear God, you see the different flow.
Yeah.
Keep going on Icky Vicky. If you think about it on Man Down, it's like my nigga Rob. That's his hustle. I never judge him. I pulled up when it seen the hook. My nigga Meek like fuck it. I punched that in. That's why the flow on Icky Vicky just keep going and keep going. Like when I'm writing, you gonna hear a bunch of like you see a Man Down. I ain't set it up. And Icky Vicky is like I set that bar up.
Yeah.
So that's how my writing is. Like,
dope. How would you, in Skilla Baby words, how did you describe your own self as an artist? Like, what words do you use to describe, not what everybody else say, but how do you see yourself in the mirror as an artist?
I'm like a Gemini. Like, one day I might be Tupac, the next week I might be Michael Jackson. I don't know, you just never, life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you gonna get.
I feel that you famously, I say famously, that's my word, but you famously don't do drugs. I find that amazing because I've seen a lot, like just artists out of interview. A lot of people consume a lot of stuff. So like you don't do drugs, you don't smoke and you don't drink, or you just don't. Or what all don't you do?
I don't do anything. If I have a drink, it's socially, and I had the same cup all night. So I basically don't drink at all. Like I don't really drink. Like,
any particular reason or?
I just don't. I compare I told you I analyzed my life.
Yeah.
I analyzed my life. When I was trying to smoke weed, I never did hard drugs. I never did nothing like that. If I smoked weed and I drank before, and I analyzed my life, I really didn't care. I was nonchalant. I didn't have a lot of stuff going. Like I was a good artist, but I wasn't motivated. Without none of that, I'm motivated. Like I had got to a point where music wasn't fun to me. I wasn't writing. I wasn't doing nothing. So then when music got back being fun to me, when I got sober, it got back being fun to me. It was fun.
So there was a period in which you consumed, you just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. How old was you stop? Okay, when you just said no, I ain't doing this
I
no
was probably like 22.
Gotcha.
I really ain't had no long period of life where I was doing drugs. I started smoking weed at like 17, 18. I stopped by the time I was like 21, 22. So I really wasn't like, people been smoking 10 years. I can't say that.
What's been the hardest part about all of this, musically speaking? Like, just what's been the most challenging thing for you personally to deal with?
Staying focused. Like I said, I'm still young, so a lot of stuff I be wanting to do, and people be like, it'd be like, a lot of stuff that young people would get excused for, I don't get excused for.
Okay.
Like, like when you a troublemaker, they excuse your troublemaker to a certain extent. But since I'm successful and young, me doing something irresponsible or something, it's like the end of the world. So staying focused and not doing it's the little things that people make big deals out of. So I be trying to do all the little things correct, and that's the hardest part.
Gotcha. Now, you and Tay cousins?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, how's that been? Because y'all the same age, ain't y'all? Or
around the same age.
Yeah.
Probably like a couple years older.
And it sound from the timeline, it kind of seemed like y'all journeys kind of fit as far as starting, kind of when y'all signed, and you know what I mean. You know, has that been helpful to kind of have like a brother in musically, somebody that close that's kind of on the same journey as you?
Like, I always, like, we always knew we was cousins, right? But we ain't hang, like, we always had mutual friends, but like, cuz like one of the people just like me. If I don't feel you out, I ain't about to hang with you and do all that. So we always been cordial and stuff like that. It's always been love, but we ain't start until we start like in the last couple of years we started hanging for real. So it's like, it's nice because like me and cuz hang now, and like when we go out of town and stuff together. But it is nice to see somebody, it'd be like, man, I know I can do it because cuz doing it.
Nice.
You know?
Now this one, I'm intrigued. I always say, your age 24, you know, I always like, there's probably a million kids in this country sitting at computers trying to figure out how to get to where you at now. You know what I'm saying? You know, I even asked Baby Tron a question because he was like 21, like, man, how many kids we trying to figure the cheat code out to do this shit? What advice would you give to an aspiring artist? Like I said, sitting in front of that computer, just trying to figure all, they look at the Skilla Baby like, man, that's why I can't do that shit.
I mean, some people don't like my music. Some people, I don't like other people's music. And they all, and a lot of people like me and other people that people don't like our music, they still, what we got in common is they kept going. Like, you know, it's about, I be telling people all the time, it's about finding a target audience, wherever you selling. So you keep knocking at the same door, it's going to open. So find you a target audience and try to appease them. That's my biggest, that's my biggest advice.
All right, now moving forward, you putting out a project with T. For obvious reasons, everybody thought that was awkward. You know, for obvious reasons, and you seem to stand on it. It was like, I heard one of you said, nah, people can't handle business and keep other shit out of it.
I don't mix my personal with business because people don't mix their business with my personal life. So I don't really, it's business. You know who feed my family? Me. So at the end of the day, nobody that don't feed my family should have an opinion on how I feed my family.
A question. Can you unpack, dive into a little bit of the conversation that took place? Because artists link up all the time. Artists do features. I'm hop on your song, hop on my song. When it gets to it's rare really that it gets to a level where two artists actually do a project. They'll tease it, they'll talk about it, but when two artists link up to do a body of work, that's beyond just, I jumped on his song. You know what I'm saying? Or he emailed me a beat and I put some bars, emailed it back. How did it actually even get to that level?
We worked a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
We liked how we worked together.
Mm-hmm.
Like it makes sense if we do a project. It's a bag behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Your label and my label get together,
Mm-hmm.
and we gonna make it work. It don't be nothing more, nothing less. And then there's certain stuff that come with it. You gotta promote the project. When I do something, I'm all into it.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't gotta be the best of friends. Yes, me and T done got cooler since then.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talk, we text all that. So at the end of the day, this is my business. If nobody ain't gonna help me run my business or put money in my pocket, I don't even respect their opinion.
Did this create any awkward energy between you and Sada at all? Because he's still big. I'm sure he's still a big bro to you.
Not for real.
Okay.
We don't have no awkward energy because me and Sada have our own understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Like we ain't even talk about it.
Okay.
Like we ain't even talk about it. It shouldn't be no awkward energy between us because we have our own understanding. Like he know I'm trying to feed my family as well as I respect any decision that he make about feeding his family. So
That's cool. And I'm assuming that was the same with you and T. Like y'all ain't have to. It wasn't required y'all have a solid conversation before then. Just this we go.
We don't.
Right.
I don't speak on.
Any other well, is there a month you think their project dropping? You know, and I'm sure it's this year. You think is it a summer? Oh, okay, a summer thing. You think?
Yeah, we gonna fuck the summer for sure.
Okay, that's what's up. Hopefully, man, thinking ahead of the time. Hopefully, we probably maybe even cue this article to drop. You know, we try to drop stuff, particularly with every story, particularly cover story. You drop it like a release of a project or the day of a show. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes it don't always go like that, but we try to sync it. Like Skilla Baby, blah 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 blah. And you can see Skilla Baby at St. Andrews or the Fox, or you know, to midnight his such drops. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we try to sync these up.
It's more like it. I'm gonna do We Eat the Most Deluxe.
Okay.
That's more like it. You can look forward to some good music on That's More Like It. We Eat the Most Deluxe gonna be good. Like it's gonna be a couple more songs added to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's More Like It. I got some crazy stuff. I ain't gonna lie. Features, different music. I got a song for the girls. I got some features that people don't even expect me to have on there. It's gonna be a crazy summer.
You by far like a lady's favorite.
I don't know what that means.
The women love Skilla. The ladies like Skilla.
I thought the women love everybody.
Nick no.
I told him this. We had a conversation about this like 3 days ago. That's why he laughed at me. He just had this conversation. Me and him had some of these conversations. He don't understand it because he see it. I'm the guy next to him, so I'm with him every day. And we're in the studio together every day, and we on the road together on a daily. And I'm around other artists. He can't see it. He think he a nigga that just
regular.
Yeah, he just think he like I rap. Like he don't understand. He can't see it. I see it. I've seen this happen. We've been a part of this a million times. I've seen how this goes.
I can see it. I mean, I can see it in the comments. I can see the stuff he posts. Yeah,
he drives the guys to fuck with him.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, he know my opinion. It's an X factor, and man, from a just when the women on your side, brother,
it makes making the music more creative and easier.
Yeah, women fuck. Women buying tickets to the show.
You gotta make music for niggas.
I ain't gonna lie. That everybody come to my show with me, be like, your front row is full of girls. I thought that's how everybody should front row look.
No, man, that's a game changer, man.